Okay, cross-torch of the Lucis. We're going to be talking about the astronomical secret of the mysteries. This is the cross-torch of the Lucis that we're talking about. Here we have the central myth of the mysteries of the Lucis, where Hades, Pluto, is abducting Persephone. He's taking her through the gates of heaven that are indicated by the cross-torch here. Hecate, the goddess of the crossroads, is holding up the cross-torch of the Lucis, and there's a nimbus, a celestial glow around her. Cicero already talks about the mysteries. He was initiated in the mysteries, and he claimed that among the many excellent and divine institutions that Athens had given to civilization, there were none better than the mysteries themselves, which have raised barbaric people to a status of civilization. So the mysteries gave civilization to mankind. If you had a chance to go to Eleusis on the trip that Xenophon asked earlier, you would have seen these cross torches at the site of Eleusis. And so we have, this is the Roman era, but we already see these crossed torches. Just to put it into context, last year I gave a talk at SEAC entitled Plato's Cosmic X, Heavenly Gates at Celestial Crossroads. This was published in the Proceedings. And there I showed that Plato's visible X, the cosmic X that he talks about in Timaeus, is actually co-equivalent to Plato's celestial gates. So celestial gates that Plato talks about in Republic are in fact indicated by the celestial X that he talks about in Timaeus. This is the celestial gate at the intersection of the Milky Way and the zodiacal light, which is where Plato's cosmic X is located, the gates of heaven. Recently, in July, I gave a similar talk about eternal Rome, guardian of the heavenly gates, at SEAC. And there I showed that on Roman coins, we can already see a celestial globe with an X on it. Here, Italia rules celestial gates in the form of a Roman emperor. This is a coin of Constantine, and we have Jupiter, the Obi Conservator, presenting a celestial globe with intersecting lines and dotted with stars. Here we have a son of Constantine, Constance, and he's grasping in his hand, he's holding a celestial globe with an X on it. That's Plato's X on the coin, with star above and below. So again, we get to the gates of heaven. The Romans are showing that the emperor, as Pontifex Maximus, as the highest priest of the Roman Empire, he controls the gates of heaven, which are located at the intersection of the zodiacal light and the Milky Way. After that talk, Dr. Mark Van Stone approached me and said, he's an expert on Maya culture, Maya history. And he said, it's very interesting that the Mayas themselves are already talking about the galaxy, the Milky Way, and the intersection with the ecliptic. So I looked that up, and sure enough, in the Popol Vuh of Mr. Tetlock, we already see crossroads, the crossroads of the Milky Way and the ecliptic. Susan Milgrat, who wrote Star Gods of the Maya, similarly talks about the ecliptic and the Milky Way and the intersection, which is very important to the Maya. And she talks about a cosmic monster which represents the Milky Way. That cosmic monster, as the Milky Way, can already be found on Kudurus, landing monuments of Babylonia. We have the serpent, in the sky. That's Tiamat, that Marduk kills, throws the body up into the sky, opens gates on two sides. There on the top, we have Venus, the moon, the sun. So that is the ecliptic. Up here, the ecliptic, over there, and yet the intersection with the Milky Way. A magnificent seal. This is an impression of a seal from the Metropolitan Museum in New York. We have Gilgamesh and Enkidu battling the giant Umbala. Gilgamesh is represented as a bull man. Enkidu is represented as a scorpion man. You can see that in the story of Gilgamesh, in the epic of Gilgamesh. And these two places, one by Taurus, one by Scorpio, represent the two opposite intersections of the Milky Way and the ecliptic. And, just to make it more interesting, we can find this in Egyptian tombs. This is the Amduat. This is Thutmose III, but you also have it in Amenhotep II, Amenhotep III. The middle register is the ecliptic. This is the path of the sun god in the barge. Right here, we see a moon goddess, the horns of the moon. This is the path of the planets, the ecliptic, the sun, the moon, and other planets. Intersecting the ecliptic, we have this white path, which I claim is the Milky Way. Over here, we find a door. There are hinges, top and bottom. It's the gate that's located at the intersection of the ecliptic and the Milky Way. It is guarded by Orion, Osiris. Osiris, who is represented in the sky as Orion. We have that in the pyramid texts, we have it in the Hoffman texts. Orion is representative of Osiris. Osiris has come as Orion. He has come as Orion. Here we have another gate, hinges top and bottom, another door, and that gate is guarded by the scorpion symbol of the goddess Selket. Coming back to the Mayas, we have Michael Coe, who's the dean of the Maya researchers, where he wrote in the Maya that these images are actually constellations. And again, he says the Milky Way is intersecting the ecliptic by the constellation Scorpio. There's Scorpio. So we've seen Scorpio from here to here to here, and now here. So across thousands of miles, we see the intersection of the Milky Way and the ecliptic. We saw it in Babylon, we saw it in Egypt, we saw it in Greece, we saw it in Rome, we saw it amongst the Mayas. Of course we see it amongst all those people, because when you look up at the sky, that's what you see. Not just over thousands of years, but not just over thousands of miles, but over thousands of years. This is a great illustration of the dream of Scipio. You have the Milky Way. Scipio dreams that he's meeting his parents, his adoptive father and grandfather, in the Milky Way, and he hears the music of the planets. The music of the spheres, the planetary spheres. Here are the planets. That's the ecliptic, the plane of the ecliptic. There's the Milky Way. Bottom and at the top, the intersections. So over over thousands of years, over thousands of miles, we see this. So what we're saying is this intersection of the ecliptic, Milky Way, is equal to this thousands of years later. Now we come to the cross-search of Eleusis, the astronomical secret of the mysteries. A little bit of background. Here's a coin of Claudius, I believe. Yes, where he depicts Divus Augustus. Augustus has been declared a god, and his wife Livia is shown, Diva Augusta, is shown as Ceres. She's holding poppies and ears of grain. This is a ringstone of an initiate of the mysteries. Again, we see grain, poppies. Poppies because when you die, you go to sleep. Grain because you would be reborn and you come back. That is the message of the mysteries. Already in the time of the Republic, we see Romans going to the mysteries, coming back and striking coins that show Ceres, Demeter. Here we see her in her biga with celestial serpents carrying torches. Same thing over here, we have torches carried by Demeter, Ceres, a plow underneath it because she represents grain. Already in 600, 700 BC, we have the Homeric hymn to Demeter saying how she roamed for days and days with torches looking for her daughter. Here's that is depicted on an Apolleian volute prater, where we see not just torches, but one cross torch. So the intersection is depicted by a cross torch of Demeter. We see that cross torch on coins of Metapontum, on Magna Graecia again. We have Dionysus, Demeter, cross torch. Here we see Leucippus, the legendary founder of Metapontum, the grain of Demeter, behind Leucippus, the cross torch of Eleusis. Fantastic jar in the Art Museum of the University of Princeton University. And we see the cross torch all over the place. We see Demeter and Persephone. We see Heracles. The reason we see Heracles there is because Heracles was initiated into the mysteries of Eleusis. Up here is Athena, of course, because Athens is connected to the mysteries. We don't see it in this picture, but up here it's written Eleusis to Hero. This is the temple of Eleusis right there. And on the left, over here, we see the Dioscuri. That's Castor and Pollux. One of them is holding a cross torch, again, and the other one is sitting by this board that shows tiny reproductions or tiny versions of the cross torch. So this is Persephone, Demeter, cross torches of Eleusis. Why are the Dioscuri there? What is it? Why is one of them carrying a cross torch and the other one is like, is this a game like tic-tac-toe that he's sitting by? Why these cross torches? Already on the Republic, on coins of the Republic, we see the Dioscuri by the intersections. These are the two stars, Castor and Pollux, by the intersections in the heavens. The intersection in the heavens is there. This is the ecliptic. There's the Milky Way, the intersection. There's Gemini. Castor and Pollux, they guard the gate of heaven. An interesting point about that gate of heaven, this Canis Minor. Gemini, Canis Minor. You see this on this point. There's Gemini, Dioscuri, small dog, Canis Minor. Another great coin of the Republic. It actually shows the moon, the sun god in his quadriga, and the X in the sky. That is the celestial intersection in the sky, shown right on that point. Now I'd like to show you, if you were an initiate at Eleusis, what you would see. This is not exactly it, because these photographs were taken at Pacanal in Chile. But what you see is the rising of the Milky Way. Slowly, it rises above the mountains, rises in the sky, rises further. You see a slight glow over here. And there is the zodiacal light intersecting with the Milky Way. That's the gate of heaven by the intersection of the Milky Way and the zodiacal light. And the reason why you don't see this very often is because shortly after that the sun rises. If you don't know about this, or if you're sleeping, you will miss it. This is the secret of the mysteries. The mysteries of Eleusis reveal the gates of heaven. This is Plato's cosmic X, guarded by the ruler of Rome as Pontifex Maximus. So we come back to this initial vase that we saw. So there's Persephone, Hades, the soul, the dove, flies through the intersection in the sky, through the X in the sky, that's indicated by Hecate, the goddess of the crossroads. Here is the other intersection, the opposite intersection, by Scorpius. Scorpio is down here, Scorpius is coming down there. This is the gate by which Heracles joined the gods, according to Heraclides of Pontum, who was a student of Plato. And that is it. Thank you.